So that was the first thing that I learned. And Ollie, what does that look like? If someone comes to you and says, hey, James, I heard you're a PT now. How much do you charge? Rather than saying, oh, I charge £50 an hour and I'm really, really good. And you go, that is such a good question. And before I really get into that, like, what's like your main goal, so I can know if I can even help you in the first place? Because the thing is, and this is kind of leading into my second point. And by the way, a lot of this stuff comes from Alex Hormozy. He has an amazing video. Alex, hopefully you can link it in the description. The best sales training on the internet. It's an hour and a half. It's absolutely incredible, and it goes through all of this stuff. And also look at the closer framework as well. Like, unreal. I've read all the books. I've read Jordan Belfort's straight line system. I've looked at NEPQ. I've looked at all these different things. Hormozy's one is the one that I've used the most, and it just seems to work the best. Okay. So this brings me to my second point, which is be like smoke. Okay. So when someone asks you a question, they have nothing to grab onto, right? This is the smoke thing. They can't grab the smoke. So if someone asks you how much your price is, they're trying to grab you. They're trying to be like, ha, got you, how much you, that's the way I see it. And I'm like, great question. And like, to be honest, blah, 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 and you can reframe it to ask them a question. Now, the reason why we do that is because, yes, you can see someone, right? James, maybe he's 28, he's in decent shape, wants to be in better shape. I'm looking at him and I'm making that judgment. He might have an autoimmune disorder and he's just getting back into fitness, and all he wants to do is do that. The way that I answer that question is fundamentally different to James 28 autoimmune disorder, James 28 powerlifter wanting to break British records, right? And so the way that I answer the question comes from the person. And this is when I think be like smoke is a really good idea, and actually comes back to one of our principles. You're gonna love this, Alex. Came back from one of our principles from last week, which was the gas becomes the container. Parkinson's law, right? And the same thing, it's almost like if we're gonna be like smoke, the container is the person and we become the person. And this comes from the empathy of it, right? Where were we talking about the empathy thing? Oh no, it was on the meeting that you were at. Yeah. So we had an amazing meeting with the academy guys, and we actually did one of the most important things about sales is empathy, because no one gives a shit about you. No one cares, right? It's just you are the tool and the system that they need to get their results. That's it. So stop having a fucking ego. Like, drop it. You don't, like, it's not going to serve you in any way, right? You have results and you are the vessel that's going to get them to where they want to go. But you have to answer it from their perspective. So if they come to you, you almost become them. What are they feeling? What's going on? I'm getting this kind of impression that this is the real thing that's on your mind right now. And they're like, how did you know that? And you're like, because I literally became you. Like, when I'm listening, this is the thing. Some people listen so they can ask, so they can talk. Some people listen so they can ask a question. Some people listen just because they're listening. Truly listen. Don't think about the question you're going to ask. Don't think about what you're going to say. Just listen. And the question will come out of that. Like, truly start to link things together. And the best thing, in my opinion, is some people jump into questions too fast. It looks like they haven't answered the question. A really good thing to do, for example, Alex, let's do this live. So, Alex, what are your goals when it comes to fitness?
I want to lose weight, and I want to go to the gym 3 times a week and walk.
Okay. So I could say to Alex right now, why do you want to go to the gym? Right? And it kind of sounds a bit confrontational, right? Like I sound like a robot. Like, if you imagine what an AI does, it's almost like it sounds like that, like almost like psychopathic. Like, why do you want to do this? I've almost got this like script, right? But instead, if I said, Alex, that sounds amazing, man. And like, first off, congratulations, like, for getting into the gym and like getting into that and starting out and getting into all these different things. I know it's a super hard thing to do, and 3 times a week and walking is such an amazing idea. Talk to me though, what would be like the main thing you want to get out of the gym? You see the difference?
Yeah.
Did it feel different?
Yeah.
And you even nodded and you were like, oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Right?
It engages you with empathy instead of like a cold facade.
100%. Yeah. And actually, even better, that comes in later when you do objections with people, which is rather than saying, I need to think about it. What do you need to think about? That just sounds like a cold rehearsed script. I need to think about it. I totally get it. To be honest, I have to do that all the time. And like, I always go away from decisions and I think them through. But actually what happens a lot of the time is I just come back and I wish I just made the decision there and then. But the word decision actually comes from decadere, which means to kill off a path. So talk to me. What paths are you currently kind of switching between? Which one are you trying to kill off? Totally different, right? So that has really helped me in terms of understanding it. Be like smoke and use the smoke to become the person, to be empathetic to the person. Okay, so first thing is listen rather than talk. That's just a fundamental thing. Second thing, be like smoke. Try not to answer their questions. Another way that Hormozy really taught me this was think of a lawyer on the stand, right, interviewing someone, and the lawyer's not going to go up and be like, talk to me about where you were on this day. They're going to know exactly where that person was, why they were there, and how it's going to link into their argument of how they're either going to save the person or prosecute them. That's kind of like the way sales is, right? Like, I know where this conversation is leading. And it's leading to, do you want to start for free or do you want to pay me, right? And it's completely up to them. But I need to help them understand and really get them to make a decision and to start. Like, I don't care if they pay me or not. I just want them to start. I want them to throw away their old self and move into their new self. And so, just like a lawyer on the stage, when I'm asking them questions, I don't go, what color's your dog? Who gives a fuck? I'm like, how long have you been out of shape for? Okay, so what was holding you back in the past? Okay, talk to me about your wife. Is she on board with this? No, I'm not just trying to get to know his wife, right? I'm like, is she gonna support you in this? Because later when he says, I need to talk to my wife, you go, you just told me your wife's gonna support you in this. And so the whole time it's like this game of 5D chess of you know exactly what you're doing and where this is going because you want to help this person and you want to help them to make a decision. But if they feel like they're being sold to, you just suck at sales. Like the best marketing in sales doesn't feel like marketing in sales, right? The reason why car salesmen and door-to-door salesmen suck and get a bad name is because they are doing the exact same thing that everyone else is doing, but they suck. I guess that's my third point, which is try and get to this point of helping them through making the decision, seeing it from their eyes. And I think maybe the last point I'll say on this is, by the way, if you want to go down description, academy.calients.com, I've got like 4 courses, 20 hours on sales. It's all there. It's completely free. What are you doing if you're not over there right now? Right, go have a look at it. It's completely free. The last thing I'd probably say is sales is a transference of belief over a bridge of trust, but the people who really win, I've noticed in sales, are people that believe in the person more than they believe in themselves. Because just like Neo in The Matrix, Alex, do you want to tell us about the story?
Love The Matrix.
Nice and quick.
He goes down, he's contemplating whether he wants to go with Trinity or not. He tries to go out the car and Trinity says to him, you've been down that path before, Neo, you know where it leads.
So in that moment, Trinity believed in Neo more than he believed in himself. And I think sometimes in life we need that. I think that's the biggest gift of human beings. I think we can get stuck. I've been here so many times where I've been stuck in my head. Because I know me the best, right? I know all my flaws. I know all my shortcomings. I know all the bad things. But when someone else looks at you and says, A, I've been where you are and I've been through it, which gives you the proof. But B, I know you can do this. And I'm not going to stop until you give me a fucking good reason as to why you can't do this. That's a good human being, in my opinion. And it led me to burnout. I hate the word burnout. It led me to maybe becoming too attached to people and seeing myself as the problem, that I wasn't skilled enough to help people, when in reality, let's say you have someone who's obese coming to you and they don't want to sign up. Maybe they just have to gain another 40 pounds. Like maybe they have to hit rock bottom first. And actually that's not in my control. I could do all the right things, say all the right things, be literally 100% perfect in the script or whatever. But if that person doesn't want it, I can't do that. That's the point I've got to, but it's very hard because you get to this point of, not necessarily, it's not nihilism, but you can almost have this thing of, you go from taking all of the responsibility and all of the blame to then being like, well, it's not me anyway, so I may as well just say anything. No, you can still orchestrate the conversation to have the highest likelihood chance of that person doing the thing. But the way that I see myself winning in sales is I help the person make a decision. Because I can control that. Like, if I had 5 hours with someone, they're going to make a fucking decision. The only reason why they don't is because I run out of time. Honestly. Like I'd rather that person say to me, Ollie, this is fantastic, but it's too expensive for me and it won't work for me. I'm like, amazing. What's the plan right now? You want to start for free? I'll get you signed up to the yard. I'll give you all the free stuff. You go do it. Okay? Or they say, Ollie, is the stretch, but I'm going to do this. I'm like, let's commit. Because which one would I rather want in my gym? Which one's going to leave in a month's time? Both of these people know what they want. They are in power. You're literally giving power back to people. Because when people blame things, they give power to. They blame their circumstances. They blame money. They blame time. And there's all these fallacies that they're giving their power away to, when in reality, we always have the ability to make a decision and we're in power of ourselves at all times. And I think that's probably the most beautiful thing any profession in the world can ever give to another human being, making them realize that, hey, it's not your fault, but it is your responsibility and you have the power to change this thing. And I think that's the most beautiful, amazing career that anyone can get in. So if anyone tells you that sales is a shitty profession and it sucks and it's bad, hopefully this video has helped you to realize that just like any career, there are good bankers and there are bad bankers. There are good PTs, there are bad PTs. There are good salesmen and there are bad salesmen. In my opinion, learn the good way, learn the right way, and it will lead to a very, very, very fulfilling career.